All right. I shared with who I could. Hello, hello. Just waiting for the guest. Thank you, Teddy. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Dana. Hi, Sassy. Hi, Bored. Hi, Mean Girls. You guys like my picture? Just waiting. Hold on. Let me go text them. All right. I hope everybody had a really good holiday. Hey, Princess Pissy Pants. They're blocked? The only way I can do that is if they come up in the list because TikTok doesn't show you the whole list. Um, yeah, I can't get to her, Sabrina. She'll have to come in on a burner if she has one. I can unblock her after this. You're welcome. I don't know why they don't show us the whole list. It's kind of silly. Try again. Settings. Blocked accounts. I don't know why she would be blocked. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Sleepy. Just waiting for our guest. They're coming. Snoozy Weasel is at work. That's funny. Yeah, Sabrina, I even removed some and it's still not coming up. Which is weird because I don't remember blocking her. You're welcome, Quilted. Jake. Mary. Mary is not at work. Healed is here. Mary, I can't see you, so you're going to have to request. I thought everybody would love my little picture. Hi, Healed. Hi, Mary.
Hello.
Hola.
We're just waiting for Meredith and... yeah, I just had a complete brain lapse. It's my mental health. It's my TBI. I do have that, but that was just joking. Dream. Yeah, Dream.
Yeah, Dream isn't going to be able to jump up in a box because they're going to be driving. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So, is everybody sharing out? As soon as Dream gets in here and Meredith, we'll pull Meredith up into the box and then we can get started after I do a little bit of housekeeping, which I know some of you know, but I do it every live. Hi, Sky. I think after today, everybody will believe they're coming into this live. So hold on. Coming into this live believing that they don't think that they could be any more, nothing else could shock them. And maybe this won't, but I mean, I didn't think my flabbergasted could be flabbered anymore, but it definitely was after I heard this. I don't know who Florida HR manager is. But go ahead and share out with anybody you guys want in here or that is important to have in here that you think. I'm just a host. Mary won't be talking a lot. Mary is out with her children. She will step outside when she needs to talk. Yeah, okay. Okay, Florida. 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 Hello, deadbeat. Or is that Shop Gal? Yeah. It's fun though, trampoline park. I want to take my grandkids there. Hi, Blue Sapphire. Oh, okay. Florida man. I'm Florida woman. Now, Mary. Cindy, are you in here? Healed. Where's Meredith at?
She said she was going to pee and then she was coming.
Oh, okay. Whoops. Kind of private. Florida man, are you, and I think there's a Blue Sapphire too, are you guys over from Pastor's area? I would too, Sky. Okay, thanks, Cindy. Ah, okay. Hey, Dream. Welcome. Accept. Hold on, I'm accepting. Accept.
I
And I
can
need to
be in the
change
box,
boxes.
but I can't really talk because I'm just
I
finishing
know.
up this appointment.
Yep, I got it. Hold on, I gotta change the boxes.
I just jumped in. I'm going to jump back down, but all I wanted to say was when everyone hears what goes on in this live, I'm going to be down in the comments. There's going to be absolutely no bullying and no bullshit in the comments.
Yep, we'll mute you. I'm gonna go through housekeeping before we get started. Requesting. Somebody's requesting. Meredith. Florida Man, I'm only gonna have these guests for right now. We can open it up later if they're comfortable with that. Or unless you accidentally request it. All right, so everybody is here. So we know the topic is about Mary and the, I have to say alleged, even though there's messages out there of the extortion and blackmail on AK from AK. Healed, and I'm not going to tell their story. Healed and Dream Master and Meredith are here to explain exactly what happened. I have seen the receipts. I think most of you know that I won't speak on a subject or host a subject unless I've seen proof of it. Otherwise, you need to say alleged or it's your opinion. And as Cindy said, there is no bullying and harassment. It doesn't mean you can't ask questions. It doesn't mean you can't have a strong opinion. There will not be bullying and harassment. And if you don't understand what that is and the line that's between just being snarky and being a bully or a harasser, then you probably shouldn't comment. Because if that happens, my mods, my friends will mute you for their entire life. We won't block you. You'll stay in here and so you can listen, but you will not be able to speak. I don't allow people to be bullied or harassed or it to become a screaming drama fest match within my lives. It just doesn't happen. And so I think I'm going to hand it over to Meredith. We're going to start at the beginning on how this started. Please give Meredith and Healed and Dream grace. If you have compassion in your heart and understanding in your heart, and you know the master manipulation that happens on a certain side of TikTok, you will understand the position they were put in without their knowledge, and how those three are also, well, mainly Healed and Meredith, are also a part of this whole thing that happened, and they were actually put into a very precarious position too, which they will explain. So Meredith, do you want to start off, or Healed?
I don't know. I guess I can start. I'm not good with stuff like this, so it's.
Do you want me to start for you since we've had the conversation?
Can you just you can ask me questions
Give you,
or
yep.
just
And
give me
you can interject. You guys interject where where I mess up. So AK had seen, was it Meredith or Healed? Maybe both you in a live with Mary. AK reached out to them and wanted to do a troll on Mary, like a funny haha troll, kind of like Pizzagate. Jake's in here, to show Mary how it would be to be trolled, right? But never to be a hurtful troll. And it was supposed to be a wedding where, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Hill was getting married to AK.
yes.
So that's how it started.
Yes, and we were. Let me just interject here. We were doing that because a lot of people had a lot of opinions about us calling a truce with that person. Yes. And we just felt like it was nobody's business. Like, we're grown people. We can do what we feel is necessary. So that's where it started off. So there was going to be a TikTok wedding, and I was going to basically marry Healed and AK on live, just as a joke, just as a troll. Haha. Move along, worry about yourselves kind of thing. But that's not what ended up happening.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to continue, Meredith? Or are you
Yes. Okay? Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So there was a chat. Was it a Discord chat or an iMessage chat? iMessage chat, right?
iMessage, yes.
Between Hild, Meredith, and AK. And that's how it all started. And then Mary wanted to know, asked Meredith to ask AK what it would take to take down that video about her job. And without the knowledge of Hild and Meredith, AK suddenly asked for money. I think it was $12K to be exact, right, Meredith? At that point, Hild and Meredith felt that maybe Mary was aware that there was a troll going on, and also that AK was joking. However, when that happened, so they continued. They were in so deep they didn't know what to do at that point, and they've explained all of this to Mary as well, just so everybody knows. At that point, and Mary had asked for evidence that AK had asked for money, right? An apology from the main account and money. AK gave Hild permission to change her Apple ID using AK's profile picture, copy and paste the messages from their group chat that they were having, AK Hild and Meredith, copy and paste AK's messages from there to the cloned account of Hild's that showed AK and AK's name, and then send that to Meredith, and Meredith screenshotted it and sent it to Mary. And then it came out, AK made a video saying, oh, I don't know anything about those messages. They've got to be doctored. They're fake, a trolls, but we're not going to, pounce on AK or on Meredith. And a lot of us kind of wondered, like, why is AK not overreacting? Like they normally do? Go ahead.
Can I just interject real quick? So Meredith changed my name in her phone to AK. So that way AK would send a message and say copy paste it and send it to Meredith, so that Meredith would screenshot like it was coming from AK. So then Mary went live and was talking about receiving all of these messages, so Mary went live. So we're then telling AK, like, hey, look, like Mary has released these messages. Like what are we supposed to do? What are we going to do? Like, Mary is releasing these messages. Like, we thought that there was going to be like a punchline at some point, right? Like, it was supposed to be a joke. There was supposed to be a punchline. But then the next thing we know, AK is live saying that they have no idea anything about it. They don't know anything about it. That the messages are fake and they didn't have anything to do with it. So
this after Hild and Dream and Meredith had called a truce with AK.
Correct.
So, and here's my thought process.
Yeah.
There's no reason why they couldn't have screenshotted the group chat. It seems awful funny because AK had said, you can look up those messages and it won't come back to me.
Okay.
Because
I'm sorry. I have to say this because we are actively getting text messages from AK that this is not what friends do. So let me just say this. AK has already admitted on live that they said they sent them, those were their words, the messages about the $12K, that it was supposed to be $1,000 for every month that they were bullied and that they would give them the first 4 months free. All of that was said on the live, right? Everybody watched that live. They said that on the live yesterday. We're not saying anything that AK hasn't already admitted to. We're just explaining where the messages came from. Those are AK's words in AK's messages.
So here's the thing. Go ahead.
Deadbeat moms. Okay, listen. Deadbeat moms.
Please,
go ahead.
Let me get this out because I need to say this. You want to sit there and say this isn't what friends do? AK, friends don't do this for what you just did to Hild and Meredith. Shame on you. That's all I got to say.
So, deadbeat moms in the comments, you're saying AK said it was a joke on their part. Oh, okay. And perhaps it always was a joke for AK. I can't speak to what AK's intention was. AK has already admitted on live that they said yes, that tell Mary that I want the $12,000. AK said all of that. But everyone questioned where the messages come from. We are explaining where the messages came from. Because
We're not
AK,
doing anything wrong by explaining the messages. So, I mean, go live and show the messages. We'll show every message. If you want all of them shown, we'll show them too. We have no problem with that.
I'll show them right
So,
now.
yeah,
Yeah, I
hold on.
mean,
I'll give
we
you the
don't
big
have an
box
issue.
I'll give you the big box in a minute, Hill. Just give me a second. So I'm going to explain something. It was supposed to be a troll. First off, there is no joke. There's no humor in law. Law does not look at extortion and blackmailing as a joke. That went too far, even if it was a joke. Secondly, why would you not just show the original screen messages to Mary, instead of creating this big thing of having someone dupe your account so that the electronic fingerprint does not come back to you unless Hild or Meredith came forward with the original messages, which made your hands clean unless they would come forward if law got invited. My personal opinion is, and no offense, I'm just hosting this live, but I have an opinion. My opinion is that I have a feeling that maybe AK thought that the truth was good enough with Meredith and Hild that they would never come forward and say, yes, those are actually AK's messages. Here's the proof if they need to. The other part of it is, in my opinion only, you can agree or disagree, AK set up who was supposed to be their friends, Meredith and Hild, to potentially either at best case scenario be a witness, and at worst case scenario be an accessory to a crime.
So
Why
I think
set up the fake? Why clone her Apple ID? Why even do that?
I think people are missing the context that those screenshot text messages are like the very end of the communication. Okay.
Right.
Because
It was supposed to start as
AK,
a joke
right,
about a
because
wedding.
AK was telling Meredith, like, you tell Mary, blah, 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 blah. And so Meredith would say, Mary, AK said, blah, 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 blah. Right. And then Mary said, at some point, Mary said, wait, can you give me proof that AK said that? So Meredith said, AK, Mary is asking for proof that you're saying this. And AK said, well, don't send it from me. Do this.
Let's see the chat for a minute, because we have to give them respect too. Right, why go through the trouble of making a fake account? Why not just use the actual screenshot? I think it was because of the electronic footprint.
Because they knew
And
that
no,
if shit hit the fan. The AK said to Meredith that they want the money, but had y'all fake the text. I don't understand the question.
the messages Mary shared that were supposed to be Meredith and AK's they're actually Meredith. Okay, I'll answer this. They're actually Meredith and Hild, with Hild's account being AK's profile picture, approved by AK, Meredith's account being changed to AK's name as approved by AK, and then the messages are actually AK's words copied from that three-way chat that Meredith, AK, and Hild had, copied into Hild's account, which had AK's profile picture on it, and sent. So those are still AK's words, and it's still AK with them. They just didn't use the original three-way chat that they had, because AK said, hey, do this. You put my profile on that, and you change your name. So it looks like it's a conversation between Meredith and AK. But the messages are AK's messages. And Hild can show that.
So wait, I'm trying to keep up with the chat. Correct, Quilted. It's so that AK could say, oh, I don't, I didn't send those messages. That was the point. But But then when AK goes live and says, "Oh, I don't have any idea what's going on," well, wait a second. You did know what was going on.
And even had me get in a box. And when I got in the box in AK's live that day, I thought at that point that would be the end of it. Like it would come out. But instead, what happened was I ended up getting up there and just taking full accountability for doing it because AK was acting like she didn't know about it, so I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
I was in a situation I had no idea what to do at that point.
You're at Sapphire Rain. You're saying we agreed to this. We assumed that it was a troll. Like that's what we were told, that there was going to be like
Right.
a haha gotcha moment.
Yes, and that's why I said to
But then
give
there
them
wasn't
grace.
a haha gotcha moment. It was, oh,
Real.
I don't know anything about it. I don't have any
Right.
idea what's going on.
All right. And Meredith, it was so far into the messaging at the end is when all this money came up that at that point, part of them thought that it was kind of still a funny haha, and the other part thought, I don't know how to back out of this because remember they were friends with AK and Mary, and so then they did come to me and asked me, and they showed me the evidence. And Meredith healed. I gave you the big box. But the point of being is this has now impacted 3 people, fourth because the fourth is a friend. And why? Why would you have them do the whole rigmarole of changing their Apple IDs unless it was for nefarious reasons, so that electronically it couldn't trace back to you unless they came forward and showed the originals?
Correct, Sky. You're like we assumed at some
but
point it was
instead
like
what happened is
here's a taste of your own medicine, like something. But the next thing we know, AK is live saying that they don't know anything about it. So,
and even when I got in the box, they continued to pretend like they didn't know anything about it. So I was like, well, I didn't know what to do. So I said I did it. And
Hill,
what I
can you
said
show
was,
proof, please?
yeah, I'm pulling them up.
And everybody, please understand, emotions are going to be high. These are 4 people in my, well, I think someone dropped. But there's 4 people who felt they were doing a funny troll between 2 people that they liked, even though those 2 people didn't like each other. And then all of a sudden, this person who's supposed to be their friends, I don't know anything about it. Meredith's a troll. A troll will be a troll. But we're not going to throw Meredith under the tractor. And a lot of us, I've seen the different chats and stuff. A lot of us is why isn't AK like super mad about this? Like we all wondered why, right? And that was why. And then AK came on saying, she doesn't know anything about these messages. She's not seen these, or they've not seen these messages. I don't know anything about it. And then another live, she said, I did send the 12K message. And then another one, there's like, oh, well, you can trace those messages back. They're not going to come back to me. And just, basically threw Meredith and Hild under the bus. And they were just trying to do a funny ha-ha. And by the time it got to the point of 12K to take the video down, not send the letter, and then Mary, trying to get help, went into Pastor's Live to try to explain what was going on. And this was prior to the conversation that I had with Hild and Meredith about all this. And AK calls her job and gives the number to the report line and the email out on a live without even telling those people that they were being on a live. The people on the phone. And there's trolling, and you can troll and you can joke, but a troll will can never cross the boundary of legal, because legal doesn't have humor in it. You did it or you didn't do it, period. Mary felt like she was being asked for $12,000 to take a video down. Intention intent is what counts. And Mary felt like she was being trolled or she was being asked for $12,000. And Hild will show the evidence, but it takes a minute.
I'm scrolling. I'm trying to find them. There's 4 different group chats. Hold on.
And obviously, I wouldn't have had this live and without having the conversation with them and actually seeing proof. Even though I do trust Meredith and Hild and Dream, I still, most people know I'm not going to do this without it. Otherwise, it'll just be, this is what we think or this is our opinion. But Hild did show me the evidence of the original messages between AK, Hild, and Meredith. And then the message being copied over into the messages between Meredith and Hild, but Meredith's name being AK and Hild being AK's profile picture for Apple ID. Hi, Hild.
Hi.
There's Hild.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. I'm very sorry. My hands are shaking. I'm on steroids right now for this. So if my hands shake, I'm sorry. I can't help it. Okay. So I don't know if y'all can even read it. So this is where AK is saying, yes, I will take the video down. This is me saying, okay, so are we supposed to be telling her that you'll take the video down? This is AK saying, only if I get what I said I wanted, which is everything. Okay. So this is Meredith saying, I know it's backwards, y'all. So then AK is saying, yes, say that. Okay. And then this is AK saying, wait, I want to see where Meredith sent it. It's not going to focus. This is the screenshot of you can see AK's icon right there this is from me, where I copied and pasted what AK said into a message to Meredith. Meredith screenshotted it and sent it to Mary. See where she says, sorry, AK1 and AK2. I forgot to send this here. Because at this point in this group chat, this is a group chat between me, Meredith, and AK. So in the group chat, it's showing AK1 and AK2. Like it's showing 2 AKs. Okay. This is where I said, will the real AK please answer Meredith's question? And AK says, which question? I didn't see. So I screenshot the message and send it. And this is what AK said to send. So I said, okay, hold on. So then I sent it, and this is the screenshot where I copied and pasted it again, and Meredith screenshotted it and sent it to Mary. So in that particular message, that's where AK was talking about that Mary was reaching out to people still. And so I asked, like, well, then who is Mary reaching out to? And AK said, Jake is one of them, but don't tell her. This is where Mary went live and starts talking about all of these screenshots, right? These are screenshots from that. And I say, so then one of AK's mods goes into Mary's live and says that something about AK didn't text you or something. So then Mary's like, well, then are the screenshots fake? Because I have screenshots, right? That's how Mary realized, like, well, I have screenshots. So then Mary had told Meredith that she would never share the screenshots. So Mary's like, Meredith, I'm going to have to share the screenshots because people are saying that AK didn't text me and I have the screenshots. Okay. So this is where we're saying, Sassy, your mod, is in the live telling Mary that those screenshots are fake. Okay? This is AK. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? And I'm like, fuck. What's happening? Like, she's showing the messages. Like, now you're going to have to say where these messages came from. This is AK saying, Meredith, stand on your feet and just say, I was sick of you trolling. You got a taste of your own medicine and then dip out. This is AK telling Meredith to take the fall for these screenshots. Say she took the opportunity and did it because of whatever, but Meredith, she got. And I said, I'm really worried Meredith is about to get burned. AK said, burned how? I'm not listening or in there. I'm trying to close my shift. Sassy thinks that she was trying to help me. I said, hold on. So then people are in the comments. So then AK still goes on. We're talking about how people are questioning where the messages came from. AK says, people just want to believe I'm horrible. I want the money in dollar gold coins and Kennedy head 50-cent pieces. Ha ha ha, joke. So AK knew where the messages came from all along. But AK was willing to let Meredith go down for the text messages. Now, since then, AK has admitted to saying the things in the messages, but AK has still not admitted to knowing where those messages came from or having any part of those messages.
And I was told to just basically sit down and it'll blow over. It's not a big deal. Nothing will happen to me. It's that it's AK everybody wanted. So if I said anything, it was gonna be like bad for her, but for me, it would be okay. I would be fine.
Correct. That we just needed to ride this out. That we just needed to ride it out, and everyone would talk about us for a while, and that eventually they'd all stop talking about Meredith, but that if we told the truth, that it would affect AK's probation and that AK would be in trouble, and that so we just needed to stick it out. And now AK is telling us in text messages as we're on this live that this is not what friends do.
And they're also threatening to go live and share the messages themselves, which we, as you can see, have no problem doing.
I mean, Sapphire Rain, like, yeah, I guess you can say all three of us played a part. We thought we were playing a part in a ha-ha funny joke. I don't.
Healed, I have some messages that was sent to Mary that she would like me to show. I don't know if Mary can talk, but they don't put you guys in good light, and they're in that conversation you had with AK. I don't know. Mary would like me to show them, but I give respect for everybody that's in my panel. Do you want me to send them to you in Discord first?
Yes.
Mary, are you okay with that? I mean, because we got to get all the truth out. Mary, if you can text if you're okay with that. I'm sorry, Mary is extremely upset by the new messages that she just got sent from someone.
Okay, then I think I know what she's talking about. Is it what I sent her?
I'm sending them. Okay. Please check Discord. And I'm friendly with everybody, so it's if all of it's got to come out, all of it's got to come out.
Okay, well, I can tell you that there's only one thing in these messages that I said, and I stand on what I said.
Yeah, at the time, I mean, we all
I,
get
I
we
at
all
the
say
at the
things at
time
some
that
point.
what that message is about, I stand on what I said in that message.
Yeah, at that time, because I think you were Mary were in a little tiff at the time, right?
So yeah.
Okay, quilted. Okay, Mary. It gives Meredith time to read the messages. Hi, Waffles.
Hi, that's my lawyer.
What did you say?
That's my lawyer, Waffles.
Oh, okay. I'm not Mary. I appreciate you sending those, or whoever you got them from. But I also, she'll be back in a minute. I got to give respect to the other panelists that I don't want to blindside them with that either.
There's one part of that that's not going to be okay.
Message me.
Okay, hold on.
Just give me a second, everyone. Talks amongst yourselves. All right. Hild, I cropped you out of your photo out of that one.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's fine.
Okay, let me just double check. Not going to expose anybody's work. Give me 1 second. I saw somebody's full name in there. Hold on.
Okay. I didn't even look.
Just give me a second, guys. The only thing I'm doing is taking someone's last name off of some of these images. Just give me 1 second. I'm just double checking, guys. I don't want anybody's last name to be out there. 1 second.
The actual screenshots that were shown to Mary, no, AK was not in those. Healed and I texted that to each other, but we copied and pasted what we were told by her to say. Yes, thank you for it was her words. It was AK's words. But the actual screenshot,
I can show these. I'm not sure if they're going to be in order, so you guys are going to have to help me if I'm showing them out of order, okay?
okay.
Let's see. Big box. Big box. And then green screen, right? Let's see. Sorry, I don't go live very often anymore. Okay, hold on. Nope. How do I change it? Okay. Mary, I hope you can talk. How do I change that? Sorry, guys. I know how to do this. Why is it? Oh, here we go. Finally. Jesus. All right. This is the first message. I'm going to turn comments off for a minute so that they can talk this out. So hold your comments. They'll be turned back on. All right. Whichever one wants to talk about that screenshot. It looks like that's between AK, Meredith, and Healed, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to know what the actual fuck is going on.
This was, I mean, Dream put a snake. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to get by the snake. But she said to make sure I said something, and I don't know what I'm supposed to make sure I say.
Let's get money from her. She said she'd do anything. We could get the money and still leave the video up. Wow, Meredith.
I don't even say that. But yeah, I did say that, but at this point it was still, oh god, I don't even know how to explain this.
The truth would be nice.
Well, that's what I'm giving you is the truth, because I told you that's what it would be.
This isn't. No.
This is when, I believe this is the same day you had the conversation in the Discord. You had got on live and called us snakes. We were angry with you that day.
This would have been.
So calling somebody a
I know
snake
when this
means
is.
extort.
I'm not.
Okay.
I know when this is. I'm not in. None of these messages are from me, but I know when this is. This is after Mary.
This is Christmas Day. Day.
This is after Mary. After I left that Discord chat and Mary called me a snake or whatever, and Meredith was pissed at Mary.
Okay.
Over
yeah,
all
but this
that.
is Christmas Day, and this is after I told you guys that I was at my darkest moment on the brink, and you guys are having a private chat about how getting money from me. This is like, I never want to fucking hear that I'm the biggest piece of shit on this app again, because
First of all, not you guys. There are no messages in these screenshots.
There's more messages
from me.
from you. You were like, fuck Mary, fuck her. No, fuck you.
No, okay, fuck you, Mary.
Let's go. Hold on, guys. Let's stay respectful. I know this is hard.
I've been respectful to Mary this entire time. I have admitted to every single thing that I did.
But not
you do not see any messages of me talking about getting money from you. You don't see any of that because I didn't do that.
And I don't know how to blow this
your response is, don't do stupid shit. She deserves it. That's your response.
Who said that? I didn't say that. AK said that, Mary.
Is your name Amy?
No, my name isn't Amy.
Who's Amy?
Dreammaster is Amy.
I don't know.
I think you're so healed as fuck, as it so happens to turn out.
I think you should be very careful about what you accuse, because there are no messages in here of me saying anything about getting money from you.
That's my opinion.
Great. Have your opinion. I have a huge opinion of you too.
Apparently.
Let's get through these. It's just one person seems to be the center of everybody fighting all the time. It's just crazy. Hold on. The third.
Yeah, you're 1,000,000% in agree what AK did is what you said in a message.
Right. Do you know what that message is about?
Elaborate.
Okay, I will elaborate. That's whenever we were told what I had been told about you, Mary. The only thing that I ever knew about you was AK telling us that you had bullied and harassed her for 18 months. And AK showed all of this evidence of it. And then AK went live and talked about your job. Okay? AK didn't say your name. AK didn't say anything about you in that video. And yes, at that time, based on the information that I had, I did 100,000% agree with what AK had said, based on the information that I had in that moment. Again, none of these messages have my name on them, Mary. So if the worst thing that you can say about me is that I didn't like you because the only thing that you knew about me was that I left the Discord because people were getting down in the dirt, and you called me a snake, and I said, fuck Mary because of it, because you didn't know anything about me, but you sure did have a lot to say about me behind my back. Yep, there it is. fuck Mary. Because that screenshot above it, which is conveniently cut out, is Mary calling me a fucking snake and talking about me. Mary who does not know me. Mary who had never met me. Mary who had never had a direct conversation with me. So yeah, fuck Mary.
And again, that was in the moment. And a lot has...
Sorry, I had to go outside because I'm at a trampoline park and my kids can hear me whenever I got loud.
Meredith, is this where you got the Apple ID for AK for you guys to change everything around?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, hold on. We're almost...
I don't know if anybody else has snow, but we got like 3 inches in an hour.
So this is where they're agreeing to change the Apple IDs around. More after this one. Nope, it's a dupe. Okay. So, hold on.
And I had no idea how to do it. I mean, I had to be walked through how to even do that.
All right. So it seems to me that it started, and I could be wrong. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. There was an incident in a Discord where Mary got upset with Healed. Healed, obviously Meredith and Dream are very close friends. They got upset on behalf of Healed. Mary was emotional as well that day. There was a lot of shit going on. This was when I think all this stuff started about the text messages, taking the video down, her job, all of that. I mean, I think we could all understand Mary being stressed that someone's attacking her livelihood. I even taught my own children when they were young, one thing you don't do no matter how pissed off you get at someone is go after their livelihood. Especially
Yeah, you
if
can
they
go
have
build a
children.
snowman over there. It's not
That's
the good
cute.
snow.
And so part of that messages, those private messages, which they said I could share, but that was private
I
conversation.
know.
We speak to friends as friends, right? We speak to other people maybe a little differently. I don't necessarily agree that they should have been shared, but they were upset with Mary at the time and pissed off. It doesn't negate the fact that Mary was asked for $12,000. It doesn't negate the fact that Meredith and Healed were pulled into a supposed Redding troll, and then their Apple IDs changed around, so the electronic fingerprint went back to them. So let's stay focused. Yes, Mary Healed and Mary Healed, Dream, and Meredith have a conversation they probably have to have offline about that when they were angry at each other. But the focus is still someone's job was called, their hotline was given out on air. The person who was supposed to be friendly with Meredith and Healed threw them under the bus, said they didn't even know anything about it at all, and it wouldn't come back to them if you trace those images. We still have to stay focused on the fact that Meredith, Healed, Mary, and Dream have a friendship argument going on at that time. It doesn't negate the fact that there was an illegal activity happening that put 3 people at risk from a legal standpoint on this. So I'm going to turn comments back on. And Mary and Healed and Dream and Healed, if you want me to mediate like I did before, I'm more than happy to do that, because I think you guys all are friendly. I think we just say things when we get emotional. Some of those are private messages that I don't necessarily think would be... I say things to Cindy that I trust isn't going to get out just because I'm venting to her, because I may be upset about something. So let's keep that in mind, guys. Again, we show grace. We don't bully. We don't harass. Not in this live. Comments are coming back on.
Thank you, Vampy.
You're welcome. But again, let's understand, Mary, regardless of what you think, and I'm going to get a little passionate right now, not angry, passionate. Regardless of what you think about Mary, about what she's done to you, what she's not done to you, what she's apologized to you, what she's not apologized to you, put yourself in her fucking shoes, that in order to get a video taken down that was about her job and her livelihood to support her kids is... was at risk. And if I didn't take some of Aaron's things out, I'm sorry. I double checked it. I thought I had it all out. Aaron, I apologize if that happened. No, Mary has not lost her job. All right, let me go back through the questions. She usually hides all day, so she get a little bit more ballsy. Mary is being quiet because she's at a we call them bounce parks here, trampoline park with her children. Oh, somebody already answered that. Thank you, Sassy, for letting me know. Sorry, board. I just literally got these. I tried to do the best I could. Yeah, and Nancy B, or I don't know, someone that doesn't have a screen name, just has a skull. I agree. I think that this was a troll between those three. I think that troll went way too far. And at some point, as Meredith and Hild said, they didn't know how to get out of it at that point. And I think Hild, I don't think people remember, Hild, was it last year where you and Meredith and Dream were bullied and harassed by AK, and that's why you decided to create a truce with her? So I'm sure at some point they were worried about the backlash if they tried to get out of this. But they knew that this truth had to get out, so they're willing to face the backlash. Is that a fair statement, Hild?
Correct, because understand, AK is live right now talking about us. Literally, as we're in this live, AK is live right this second talking about us.
And I have so many voice memos that I haven't even listened to. I don't know who they're from or what they're about, but
So, I mean, the truth's out there. We know that AK knew about it. We know that Hild and Meredith are involved. They're here. They're taking accountability. They're, they see that Mary's been upset. Mary did not know that this was a troll. And even if she did, even if she knew that it was a troll, basically, the fact that she was asked for $12,000 to take a video down, and that if anything ever came out again, even if basically suspected that a troll account was hers, the letter would be sent and the video would be put back up. I mean, that's just not cool. Why a troll should never go that far.
no, it shouldn't. And it went way too far.
Here, I'm gonna play a voice.
How are they
I'm gonna
trying
play
to deflect? They're here.
I'm gonna play a voice, one of the voice messages from AK. Okay. If I can get
It's okay. So Sassy just called me, asked me about messages. I said, I never sent messages, whatever. I said, she's getting trolled by the best troll. And she's like, what? So I didn't know she was going to go say anything. I told her we were going to take care of it. What the motherfucker? So anyway, Meredith just needs to go in and say, yep, we fucking trolled you, because that's all you fucking do. All you do is cause problems. So yep, you got. That's all Meredith's got to say. And then fucking say peace out.
And I can tell you, they were contacted when Meredith told AK she was going to talk to me. AK tried to stop Meredith from talking to me about this, because as you guys see, I got more messages as this live was going, and obviously being respectful to the panelists, I asked their permission, but those came out. But AK did not want this live to happen, did not want Meredith and Hild and Dream to even speak to me.
Right. And I mean, we could have said, no, we don't want to show those because they don't make, especially me, look the best in those. But I'm done. I'm done. I have a very good friend that has been saying something to me recently, and that is that the truth shall set you free. And so that is what I am doing. Regardless of how it makes me look. I saw someone say that I was deflecting. Did I say things about Mary that day? Yes, I did. I was very upset with how one of my best friends had been treated and talked about by Mary. But that still doesn't mean I was ever okay with it going to this level. No, I don't think I was here with partially the truth. I was here with the truth.
Because part
Mary,
of those screenshots, hold on. Part of those screenshots had nothing to do with the troll. Part of those screenshots was an argument going on between Healed, Mary, Meredith, and Dream. That was an argument between them four that had nothing to do with the troll. It does. And as I said, you have to use your own discernment and decide what you want to do. I was personally told, and I do believe Meredith and Healed, that at that point, it was toward the end of the troll where they were trying to do the wedding and they didn't know how to back out of it without facing that potential reinstigation of harassment and bullying from AK. And there have been several of us that have been in that position. And I'm not going after AK either. I'm just, the truth came out, people reached out to me, and I'm hosting the live so that people can talk.
Okay, wait, here, listen. Another voice memo from AK.
Well, just make sure she knows that she has until the 29th and that I don't want it on Cash App, Venmo, or whatever, because she can just cancel that shit. And that she needs to make a public apology. And the video comes down after I get the money. And after I know she's not going to get me for extortion. No, I'm just kidding. Don't say that. It's just, do whatever. I don't really care. She's fucked up. And she was listening to fucking Vampy because Vampy comes in there talking about extortion. Like, really? Really? She's getting trolled like she trolls everyone. So, hello.
I mean, that is the legal definition of extortion. I mean,
does that clear it up for people now?
Oh, I don't know who you are, Big Comfy.
Oh, that's one of my friends. I don't know why they're here.
Oh, okay. Healed, if I did any, I hope you understand that I got those so quickly. I did the best I could to scratch out any identifying information. And if anybody's took screenshots of those, please redact it. I don't know where. Can someone text Mary? The Queen Bee, you're welcome.
Behind which troll account?
Yeah, I don't know which troll account either.
All right, hold on. I'm going to turn my camera back on.
Do you need the big box?
Okay. This is AK saying, ooh, that Red Bull is gross. You're pretty, though. It's the point. She has to be made to stop. And I said, oh, God, Mary is messaging in Meredith's Discord right now. And AK said, and 12K will do it.
I think everybody's flabbergasted.
Okay, wait, hold on. No, we're going to keep playing. Ready?
Okay, then I'm just going to give you the big box permanently. There you go.
Oh, boy.
Oh, baloney. I've got her by the twat hairs.
Ew.
She wants to blame me for her health. Fuck you, bitch.
If I had known I was going to be on camera, I'd have done something with my hair. I appreciate y'all not
You look
judging me.
fine. You look fine.
No deal. It's 12K or nothing. I
Now,
will
that
not
was when Mary
negotiate with
said, hold
internet
on, Hill.
terrorists.
That was when Mary said that she couldn't afford 12K.
I've suffered
Would she
enough.
take 5K?
She has my mods, everyone that Mary has touched.
No. And it's more about awareness, because even if you guys want to troll, and I've always said funny selfie trolls are funny, right? As long as you don't cross the line. But you can never involve anything that's of a legal matter in a troll. There is no humor in law. And the fact of the matter is that if Mary wanted to take this, she could, and that implicates Hild and Meredith. Because they didn't want the original screenshots shared. They wanted the whole Apple ID changed around. I will ask permission and I will redact them and see if they'll allow Teddy to post them. I don't post that kind of stuff on my account. Or what? Wait, what are we talking about? What are you sending me? And I wouldn't want this to happen to my worst enemy. Like I don't believe that. And I know you guys probably don't want to hear this. I'm going to use bad example. I'm going to use AK as an example. If this had happened to AK, everybody knows I personally do not care for AK. But I wouldn't want this to happen to them either. This isn't right. Whether you like a person or not, this kind of behavior is not justified based on your feelings. It's justified based on your own personal integrity. Like, your integrity doesn't change whether you like a person or not. It's still not okay. Abraham, technically, yes, although 2 of those people thought that it was a troll and they didn't know how to back out of it to not be extremely harassed and bullied again by the person involved.
Which is what is currently happening
as we speak.
As we speak.
Mm-hmm.
Hild, I'm going to leave this up to you, but when you, Meredith, and Dream were extremely bullied and harassed by AK last year, was there a time when mental health was impacted?
Seriously? I'm sorry. You didn't ask me. I'll be quiet.
Any of you?
Go ahead, Meredith.
Yeah, mental health was impacted. Pretty severely. It became nonstop videos made about me, accusing me of just so much stuff. I mean, they're probably still there. Yeah. Hild, go ahead. I have to collect my thoughts.
Hild, you have a question in the chat.
Whose idea was it to give Mary Hild's husband's phone number to pretend it was James?
I'm not sure whose idea it was, but the reason it was done is because Mary had said she was going to look for him and contact him.
In case you guys don't know, James is AK's ex, right?
Right.
Is that correct? Okay.
Right.
Correct.
And I gave...
Meredith gave... It's not even his real phone number. It's a Google phone number.
Yeah.
So that...
I didn't want her to
And Mary
contact...
did call it. So had Mary gotten a hold of James's real phone number, Mary would have called the real James.
Right. And
like,
I
just
didn't
be clear about
want
that.
to happen.
Mary thought that she was calling the real James.
Yeah, Mary did think that was the real James.
You guys have a question from Teddy.
How bad AK was and talked about why even work with AK. Yes, my husband answered the call because Mary thought that she was calling the real James, and we were trying to stop Mary from calling the real James. So yeah, my husband answered. He said hello, and Mary said, "Is James there?" And my husband said, "This is James," and Mary hung up the phone. That's well, Sassy Potato. Listen, you haven't watched me be horrible to anyone. So you might have watched other people be horrible to people, but you haven't watched me be horrible to anyone. And this is what I will say. A year ago, I was genuinely AK's real friend. And I genuinely valued my friendship with AK. And what AK did to hurt me was awful. And I grieved for my friendship with AK. Because I valued AK as a friend. And so when AK reached out and AK apologized and AK owned what they had done and we had that conversation, I missed my friendship with AK so much that I was willing to forgive. And listen, if we're going to be real honest here, Meredith is in the box. Meredith will tell you that I am one of Meredith's best friends in the whole world. But Meredith will also tell you that there was a period in time where Meredith did some shit to me that most people probably wouldn't have forgiven.
Facts.
I don't understand what Slim Pickets say. Did AK see the text you sent Mary, the fake AK ones? Well, they
Yeah.
were
Yeah,
AK's words. They were just sent from.
yeah, that we in the screenshots that we showed, like the Meredith would screenshot it and then send it back in the message so that AK willing to troll Mary on AK's behalf based on the information that we had about Mary at the time. And you're being told that it's just a haha funny troll and that it's at some point there's going to be a gotcha moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Healed and Meredith are sitting up here saying that they're innocent.
No, we're not saying that at all.
They have apologized to Mary, and of course, they need to have a conversation about the other stuff that just came out. A part of that was a conversation between friends who were upset with Mary. Mary was upset with them at the time. But again, hey, be nice. But again, the focus is one cat got too close to the other one.
I mean, Slim Pickens, AK can claim that all they want to. I literally just played you guys the voice memo of AK asking for the money. And there's hundreds more. I mean, I can keep going.
I mean, we can play messages all day, and that's something else that I would like to add in here too, is that we have provided proof of what we're saying to Vampy, but you're talking about several group chats and not everything. Like, we haven't had time to record and send voice memos, and so there are some things that have not been sent, but we came forward with the truth.
Yeah, Meredith, it was AK who mentioned the money first, correct? Didn't you show that?
Yes, I showed it and I played the voice.
And then, and then suddenly, I think this all came to head because they do, in my assumption, care about Mary and did care about AK at the time. And then suddenly AK goes on live saying they don't know anything about these messages. They're all fake. It's a troll, and a troll. When AK was a part of the plan from the very beginning. It was supposed to be a troll about a wedding. We're trying to keep up with you guys in the chat. Hold on. She just said it wasn't about money. It was about... They said y'all mentioned money first and went along with it. Yeah, now AK is saying it was a joke, but I thought they didn't know about it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm going back to the original video, which caused Hild and Meredith and Dream to say, okay, now what do we do? Because obviously this person we thought was our friend and made a truce with us is now throwing us under the bus. I mean, you should have just owned up to the fact that it was supposed to be a joke from the beginning. Because unfortunately, and again, however you feel about Mary, she's a human, and she is her party in this. And two other people are now potentially either a witness or an accessory. If Mary was to decide to go forward with this from a legal standpoint. Mary did not feel it was a troll. Mary felt like that she needed to get money. And then literally went on live and called Mary's job live, knowing full well that Mary had a right to speak about her experience on Pastor's Live if she wanted to, because AK knew full well that they were involved in this, but then went on live and called Mary's job hotline on a live
AK
and
Bennington.
allowed the email address to go out.
But yeah, say 12K, one for every month of bullying, troll pages, making fun of me, going to people that hate me to troll me. I could list a million things. I'm not charging her for 2024, just all of 2025.
We don't know, Dana.
And I certainly hope
been
so.
on vacation.
But I do know that supposedly 2 reports were put in. I don't know if that's true information, but it's information I was told. And that HR was supposed to get back with someone yesterday, I believe, about their report. And then I believe was it last night, AK
Carol, can you come in a box?
Called and made a report.
Hi, Cindy. I don't know if you meant to request.
Yeah, I'm busy doing real life stuff, but I've been listening. The one thing that I want to let everybody in the chat or in the boxes know is I don't believe these ladies would come on this live, put their reputation, their real life on the line if they weren't telling the truth.
I agree.
I'm going to give them the same grace that we've given Mary and everybody else so many times before.
Same. Carol, can you get in a box, or are you not available? You guys have to remember, you guys may not know, but these ladies faced enormous, allegedly, enormous harassment and bullying from AK and created a truce 2 or 3 weeks ago so that it didn't happen again. So if you were in that position where a troll suddenly turned, I can understand where I would wonder, how do I get out of this? And that's one of the first things they admitted to me is, because I asked that question. I said, why would you go along with it? Why wouldn't you stop at that point? And they're like, at that point, we didn't know how to get out of it because we care about Mary, we cared about AK, and we were afraid, I think is what you said to me, Meredith, afraid of what backlash would happen with AK. But now there's no choice. We're going to have to face the backlash. And we had a conversation, us four, Mary, Meredith, Hild, and Dream, and myself and Cindy had a conversation with Mary, and then they gave permission to go live. This was not for me. I asked them, and Mary requested that this be put out on live, and they agreed. Quilted, I'll send it to you. Yes, they did see Mary's cry out, and they have addressed that with Mary and apologized to Mary for that. They just, in their words, they didn't know how to get out of it without facing. And listen, we've all seen it, and many of us have been a part of being bullied and harassed extremely badly by certain people on this app. We know how bad it can go. We know how they go real life. We know how they involve your family members, children, grandchildren. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can use your own discernment based on what you see, and what you can also put the humanistic touch on there if you've been a part of that and knowing the predicament that these ladies may have been in at that time as well. I don't agree with some of the stuff that they said. The private conversations between them as friends, I don't give a shit about. We all say shit to our friends, venting about another person that we expect to remain private, even if the friendship is no longer there. And that shows, if someone brings that up after a friendship's ended, that's on them. That shows who they are and their character. So I don't really care about the personal messages between Mary May, but those were personal between friends, and we've all done that. We've all vented to our friends. I'm more concerned about the group chat with AK.
What can I do for you?
Oh, I just wanted to get your thoughts on it because you speak so eloquently.
Maybe not today.
Okay.
I mean, get my thoughts on which part. I have a lot of thoughts about a lot of parts.
Well, just share some thoughts.
In my opinion, I think it's disingenuous to try to play this out as if this was something that was cooked up by Heald and Meredith against AK's wishes. From the whole of it, when you look at all of the parts, AK was privy, AK was active, and AK did not tell them to stop. She actively pushed for them to send the messages, and even how, copy and paste what I say, and then show me what you said. That is active participation. She named a dollar amount. Whether she was joking or not, extortion is not a joke. The law does not care if you thought you were being funny. Just as the law does not care that you're ignorant of it, they don't care that you think it's funny. They really don't. Things that you think are jokes will actually land your ass in prison. Promise you that. And prison is not a fun place to be. Being in trouble with the law is not fun. And to go on the backside of it and pretend you knew nothing, even though you did. You knew you were lying when you said, I don't know what messages they're talking about. I didn't send any messages. Yes, they all did have a hand in it, but I would have to agree with Vampy's opinion that it was in a situation they got deep fast and didn't know how to get out of it. It's very difficult to extricate yourself from a situation that you were not expecting to be in to begin with. When you're still thinking it's a troll and you're waiting for the funny part to come, and the funny part doesn't come, and now you have a woman who is scrambling to try to come up with $12,000 to save her job because she took it seriously.
Oh, I think they came forward with most of it. Some of those messages that I shared were personal messages between Meredith and her friends, not the group chat message. So that had nothing to do with that. That was about a fight that they were having with Mary at the time.
I'm not sure what part. This is all of it. I mean, this is it.
Yes, the exposure. Yes, Jen. The exposure to Mary's job happened on the deadline. Yes,
and on a live stream, not in private.
And why even go to that point if it was a joke? If it was truly a joke, why even go to that point and call? And not only do that, don't do it privately, but do it on a live and not inform those people that they were being recorded.
Abraham and Lincoln, I don't know what text you're saying say otherwise. We've literally shown you and played you text messages. You're saying,
I think they're
and
thinking
nobody
that you
stopped until
guys
it came
aren't
out.
taking
We
accountability,
didn't,
and you guys
because we
didn't.
assumed that there was going to be like a gotcha moment, and then AK went live and said that they had no idea where that they didn't have any part of it, and they didn't know where the text messages came from. So that's when
It
we
happened
were.
really fast.
That's when we said,
Escalated really
"Wait a
fast.
second,
When
you're."
I got in the box on AK's live, I expected there to be that aha moment. That's what I was expecting when I got up there. I expected it to be over at that point. But what happened instead was they continued acting like they had no idea what messages or what was even done. And I played along with it because I didn't know what to do. I've been down this road before. I know what this person is capable of. I was scared. We were starting to realize, okay, maybe there's not going to be a gotcha moment, because the gotcha moment should have happened when I was in the box instead of it. And that is probably the hardest part for me to explain, is like why I got up there and said she had no part in it. And it's because I didn't know what else to do.
I would
This
also just like
question,
to say, and I'm just going to say this: we never had to come clean.
No, we never had to
We
do any of this.
I didn't have to come on the internet and put myself out there and say, "Hey, I think that people deserve to know what's really happening."
well, you don't have to believe them, Nancy B. Screenshots and voice recordings
You're
don't
saying we should have told the
lie.
truth. We did tell the truth. I'm literally here telling the truth.
Is that AK's Nancy B?
We didn't protect AK. What are you talking about protecting AK? How am I protecting AK? I'm literally here telling you what AK has done.
No, I think, Hill, they mean you protected AK in the beginning, but I think people are losing the fact that you guys still thought this was a troll and AK was going to come out and say, haha, Mary, we got you. Now you know what it feels like. But that didn't happen.
Right.
What happened was AK went on a live and said she didn't know anything about the text messages and asked Meredith to get in a box stating that she didn't know anything about the text messages. So my question now is, looking back, Hild and Meredith, the thing that still boggles my mind is the whole changing of the Apple ID. Do you think that that was premeditated, so that if Mary, because she's threatened to go to the police before, if Mary went to the police, that you guys would be implicated and not AK if they did an electronic trace, unless you guys came forward with the original?
I do think that. I do think
Absolutely.
that AK always wanted plausible deniability.
Right.
I think that AK was intending to have an emergency cop out.
Jen, it was supposed to, it started because it was supposed to be a funny haha, and maybe you weren't here for this. The troll was supposed to start that Meredith was going to marry Healed and AK, and it'd be a funny like troll haha wedding, with Mary involved, and then it quickly, very quickly, I think over what, 24 hours, escalated into
Yes.
this extortion blackmail.
Yes.
And next thing you know, there's a live happening, AK saying, I don't know anything about it. You know, Meredith's a troll is a troll. And then another live happening saying, but we're not going to throw Meredith under the tractor. And everybody's wondering in comments and stuff where I attended, why isn't AK, reacting the way that she typically does? Well, now we all know why, because she knew about it. But everybody was suspicious, right? I think a lot of people, not everybody, a lot of people were suspicious of why that reaction wasn't what we're used to. And some of us thought, well, maybe AK really, has calmed down. But it started as a troll. Wednesday was in here earlier.
I think what people aren't understanding is why the troll, the wedding troll, why that came about to begin with. And I'm going to hypothesize here. If I'm wrong, please point it out.
Okay.
But I believe that came about because you guys had set your truce with AK. Mary was unhappy with that truce. And it was hey, I can do what I want because I'm an adult. I could marry her if I want to.
Yes, but let me say,
Exactly.
let me
If you love
also
them so
add,
much, why don't you marry them? Okay, fine. We're going to get married on live.
Yeah.
at that
Like,
point, it wasn't even necessarily a troll against Mary. It was against everyone that had something to say about us calling a truce. For whatever reason we did it, it was supposed to be to everyone.
Big
Gotcha.
dog.
And
Cindy
it
has
went
authority to
from,
block who she believes may be
so
trying to cause
Teddy, I
trouble.
will say this. All of this that has come out about AK has all happened since AK and I stopped being friends previously. So like all of the videos and everything that are out there about the things that AK has done, all of that was since I stopped being friends with AK previously.
And I can tell you, one of the first things Healed, I didn't believe it, but to each their own. Healed and Meredith and Dream had said to me is that they had truly believed that AK had changed because AK
I
was
did.
being calmer. She wasn't being as vocal until this stuff with Mary happened. They truly believed that AK had made a change. I'm looking for her in the list. It doesn't let me see everybody. I didn't realize that Wednesday was blocked. So if I can't, I'll do it after the live. Yeah, there's just some people I won't unblock to try to get to them in the list. You're welcome, Fanta. But I don't think they thought at the time, Teddy, that it was a troll. Remember, it escalated within a few hours about the money. I don't. I think they just thought it was going to be a funny haha. Does Wednesday have another account she can come in on? And again, I will reiterate what Cindy said. These ladies did not have to come forward. They did not have to get in this live and face this. They, I don't know what AK is saying in their live. Are they taking accountability? Are they saying, yeah, I did this and I apologize for it? Are they all saying that it's all on Meredith and Healed and Dream? Or, Dream wasn't a part of this, but they're friends together. They're here. They've had a private conversation with Mary. They've apologized to Mary. They feel, in my honest opinion, terrible about what happened. Everything escalated very quickly. This wasn't like a 2-week troll. This was like within a 24 to 48-hour period. This all started and ended.
And Vampy, let me clear something up really quick. I, I
Well,
don't
I
know
mean,
who's
hold
jumping
on.
on.
Heald showed the message where AK asked for the money. So
I don't know who's jumping on Dream, but Dream was not in that chat at all
yeah,
because she was at work, and the day before we almost got her in trouble because her phone went off so much because there were so many text messages in there. So she wasn't a part of
and
that
guys,
group chat.
yeah,
So
and
so
let's look
stop
back.
trying to.
I think some of you are in here, so let's look back. I know it's been me, Carol, Cindy, Joe. At one point, even though they're not friends anymore, Shop Gal, Mur, Mel, Healed, Meredith, Dream, Jen RN, Victoria Lynn, Arizona Stallion, Susan, Barfly. I think I'm up to 18 names right now over the last year that has been in this position of being bullied and harassed by
Tara.
that group of people. Tara, yeah, Tara. Like, that's a lot of people. And I'm not talking snarly trolling. I'm talking names put out, doxing, families put up, families pictures put up, deceased family member pictures put up, being told they're going to be raped and it's going to be posted. And there's one central figure. I mean, I think I just named almost 20 people, and I probably don't know all of them. And I could tell you, I personally know 2 people. I'm not going to tell them their their names. That someone's talking about Rizzy, which I think is absolutely disgusting. That AK is talking about Rizzy. Literally put these 2 people to that edge and had to have friends talk them away from that ledge. So when you want to go on a live and talk about anti-bullying and mental health, you, ma'am or sir, are the cause of at least 4 people, 2 I know personally, that went to that ledge and decided not to do it. You impact people's mental health. You are the problem in all of these circles.
There was a time I was on a ledge of my own.
What would you guys like to see the resolution be for this? Meredith and Hild.
Um, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that do we want a resolution? Like, I don't know what we would. We just wanted to
Come clean.
yeah, we wanted to come clean because this is not the type of things that you will typically see from us, especially not from Healed. And her character has been, before this was even put out in the open, it was being questioned by people, which is what led to the initial wedding troll coming about. People questioning, like, why would you go back and, none of that matters. What matters is that I have told Mary I will do whatever I can do to help her from this point forward. If she chooses that help, if she chooses she doesn't want help, that's fine too. If there's anything I can do, I will do it.
Yeah, and I
If
think
that
Sky
means
just made a good point. Sky, and then we've talked about this a lot. You can't group think. We are all adults. Just because you call a person your friend doesn't mean that you just blindly trust every single thing they're saying when they're trying to make you have a certain opinion about a certain someone. Be an adult, use your own discernment. Nobody needs to troll to the point where you're posting court records and people's children's and their houses and because that just makes you a disgusting motherfucking human being. Like, be an adult. And I think it's very easy to be childlike and childish on the internet because you're behind a screen and behind a keyboard. But if you're not going to behave that way in real life, don't do it on the internet. And the point being is, I hope AK would go back, take accountability, go back, make her funny videos where she's lip syncing, or the funny ones where, I don't know if she still does them, the Golden Girl thing. Um, Unfortunately, history has shown that it does that for a while. They do that for a while, and then it comes back up. You're not a true crime person. People don't get emotional in true crime. They don't accuse people and cause people harm and those people put the facts out, may give their opinion or say allegedly, and then they let the court system and the legal system handle the judgment and the jury and the persecution of that person. Stop. You preach so much about harm to you, and I don't know if you just conceptually don't realize how much harm you have caused people on this app. And I believe people watching you, AK, starts over again. And when you're friends and then you're not friends, just walk away. And Mary's not the first, and she's probably not going to be the last, unfortunately, that's been taken to that point. And that doesn't mean I'm defending. The disclaimer is I'm not defending Healed. I'm not defending Meredith. I'm not defending anybody's actions. Teddy's actions previously, although I think people really blew that fucking out of proportion. Or anybody other's actions. But the truth is the truth, and it needs to be out there so that people can say, you know what, maybe nothing's going to change over there. But maybe there's something I can change in myself. Maybe I can stop making troll videos that are so nasty that they cross over the line of what's considered socially acceptable. Maybe I could stop making comments that are cross the line that's considered socially acceptable. It doesn't mean you can't have an opinion. Doesn't mean you can't have a strong opinion. Doesn't mean you can't call someone a bitch if you want. Just don't go to the point where it crosses the line. And don't group think and group harass and bully people just because that person's your friend, so you got to defend them. We're all adults, and I've told Hild this and Meredith this, and they may not agree with me. You do not need to defend your adult friend. Your adult friend should have enough life experience to be able to handle shit themselves. The only time you will see Cindy, Carol, Joe come in for me is when they have an opinion about something is, because I never expect them, never want them to go to bat on my behalf. I'm an adult. I can handle myself. I'm not a child. Nor do I expect them to be friends with everybody I'm friends with. If they're friends, with other people I don't really care for, I trust my friendship with them.
Because you're my bestie.
I'm your bestie. You're my bestie. Please tell Wednesday I apologize. I couldn't find her in the list.
And
I think at the end of the day, these women didn't have to come forward and say anything. They're holding themselves accountable. You may not like the way they're holding themselves accountable, but they are. They've apologized. They've showed the proof. It is what it is. It's going to be
More than most people do.
exactly. And it's going to be perceived however each person who's in this live perceives it and wants to take it. They cannot control how other people behave. You can't
Will do,
control that.
Quilted.
right.
Exactly.
And as
Exactly.
far as the resolution, like the question kind of stumped me because I really don't know. Like we're not looking to gain anything from this. If anything, we're losing by coming forward. So I don't know that there's a specific
I
resolution.
don't
I just
big
wanted
big dog. I don't even know what your name is, but you're saying we only came forward because it's a literal crime. No, we came forward because a narrative was being put out that wasn't true.
right.
And people were speculating, people who do not know us. Okay. Fun fact, I don't hop in boxes and troll people and make videos. Go, you can look at my page. I like bake bread and shit. I play with my chickens and my goats. Okay? Like so I didn't like that people were speculating on what did or didn't happen or how things did or didn't happen or whatever, and then the person who could have cleared it all up was choosing not to.
Right.
They were choosing to say they didn't have any part of it, and they were going to let Meredith take the fall for all of it. I never had to say anything about being involved. I could have just kept my mouth shut and never said anything. But it didn't sit right with me that the person who was behind all of this was putting out a narrative that they didn't know about it, and that they were going to throw Meredith under the bus and let Meredith get dragged all over the internet. Okay. So I decided that we needed to set the record straight. People needed to know the truth so that everybody could have the facts and people could stop speculating about what
Slim
did or didn't
Pickens,
happen.
you know what? AK has an account, and she can show what they want on their account if they want, and it's whatever, because apparently I do want to say one thing.
Took the
When you
words
look at
right out of my
Teddy's
mouth.
comments, again, I'm going to say about Teddy, when you look at Teddy's comments and the fact that she's been accused of telling someone to unalive themselves, which is not truth, no proof has been given, and everybody's believing it with no proof, that her daughter's picture is still out there on a troll account, that her name is fully out there on account. You know, it's like, again, regardless of what you personally think about Teddy, she didn't deserve that, because if you think she deserves it, then guess what? When it happens to you, don't come crying. Can someone ask Quilted to come back in here real quick? I have something I need to say to her. I mean, this person has admitted to having a team of people, maybe not as big of a team anymore, looking into people. She's admitted to giving information out, which is not her right. I don't care if you feel like you're the internet hero, cyber stalker, sleuth crimer, whatever. You do not have the education, you do not have the licensure, and you do not have the right to put people's names, people's addresses, people's phone numbers, people's families. It doesn't matter if it's on the internet. It is always by intent. If you're using it for nefarious intention, it is illegal. And no amount of you huffing and puffing about who you are or what you do or what your platform about is going to make that legal for you. Quilted, I want to address something with you that I've been wanting to do for a while. Last October, there was a video put out on the account that used to be the old Accountability Warriors. It's no longer around. That at the time we thought we were doing right, and that's why I just made that statement if you heard it. I want to apologize to you because it was not my right to put it out there. I'm not going to say the subject matter. People will know what we're talking about. And I want to apologize to you. The recent thing that I said was a comparison. I never said your name. I just said, if they can be friends with that person, why is this other person so bad? Never said any names. But that original video, after over a year, I want to apologize to you. That video should never happen. And I have learned and grown over this last year and a half, as I am sure and hope that others have. And I felt that you needed a public apology for that. Same, Quilted. Thank you for coming back. All right. Does anybody else have any other questions or anything to say? Healed, Meredith, Dream, if you're in here still, I truly appreciate you. Teddy, I appreciate you being, basically the recorder of this, because I think that this was an important enough live that it needed to be recorded. And yes, I did get permission by the panelist involved that this was going to be recorded by Teddy, so that nobody can come back and try to say, oh, this was said, that was said, this was said. They will all get a copy of the recording. Healed, Meredith, Mary, and obviously my friends and / mods, because I believe that transparency and honesty is where it needs to be. And I didn't want anybody to try to twist Meredith or Healed's words, so they will also get a copy of this recording.
Thank you for that, Vampy.
You're welcome. I just got to figure it out because we can't send it on Discord. It's going to be too big.
I can tell you how to do it.
Okay.
Did me tell you here?
But not the comments, Teddy. No, you can ping me.
Okay.
AK, I wish you the best. As a human, I wish you the best. I don't think that this is good for your mental health either. I don't know what drives this kind of behavior behind the scenes. I think that's something that you have to examine. I think you do have some really close friends that are very forgiving of anything done that you do or that's done to you. That's my hope for you. That at some point that you figure out what your true niche is, and that it's not trying to destroy other people and other people's mental health. And you say that you're reactionary, but I truly believe that, and a lot of this, and I'm not saying AK's not been bullied either, because I believe AK's been bullied too. But I believe a lot of what happens with AK is also brought on by their own actions and people responding to that. And everybody has a right to talk about their experience if they've been bullied and harassed by another creator. Oh, okay, Teddy, I didn't know that. All right, guys, I thank you for being here. Thank you, Hild and Meredith and Dream and the other panelists and everybody in the comments. Please do not go troll Hild and Meredith. Appreciate and respect the fact that they were human beings that got in a box and did not have to do this. And Dream. Thank you. Bye. And Mary. Bye.
Bye, Vampy.